light up the mission, essentially. He's suggesting more lighting. There's
people and ask them what is it that they would like in their neighborhood. What would they like to improve their experience? And I spoke to Maria, and she mentioned that she has 2 small kids, and she would like a place for her to take her kids to read that's close by, that has some books to offer, because the Mission Library is too far of a walk for her to do it, and so that's often a reason she doesn't do trash on the street. And she would like to have community cleanups and more ownership over taking care of the cleanliness of the neighborhood.
The graffiti in the neighborhood was a problem, so he would like to have that fixed. Also, there isn't as much patrol as there used to be, so he'd like to see more policemen patrolling the street. And another woman that I talked with said that when she goes off of 24th Street, she doesn't feel safe, so there's safety is an issue there. And then another woman that I talked to mentioned that she wanted a place for her kids to read, and there was nowhere close for them to read. So,
action.
My name is Saida Moish, and here I am standing in the Mission. And we just interviewed 2 guys, Nick and Paul, about what they would do to help the community and make the community and the Mission better. One of the things that they had mentioned was really helping the people who are homeless and really uplifting them, and also the mental health facilities to really give more money so more people can get well. And really also making the Mission a community environment, making it a place where people want to come and visit and really just have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you, Saida. James, I'm standing in front of the St. Francis Sandwich Fountain Shop, which has been in the Mission, an institution since 1918. And I just talked to 2 folks who have lived and grown up in the neighborhood, Gabe and his girlfriend. And one of the things that they mentioned that would improve the living experience in the Mission is cleaning up the mess and the drugs and everything else that goes on at the intersection of 16th and Valencia. There's a lot of bad activity, drug-related stuff that goes on around there, kind of causing a black eye to the neighborhood. Another thing that they had mentioned would be to kind of assist people who have lived in the neighborhood for a long time to help stay in the neighborhood as more gentrification and more new development comes into the area, because as they build newer buildings, the local residents who have been here for a while can't always afford to stay here. So those are 2 things that we've heard from Gabe and his girlfriend. Thanks.
Saying, what are some of the biggest challenges some of the youth is facing here in the Mission District? I just heard from one of the business owners here in this bakery, and what she's telling me is that the police is actually harassing a lot of the teenagers right now, thinking that maybe they're skipping school. And it's feeling more like harassment versus really trying to figure out which kids are out of school and should belong in school. So
that there's quite a big issue with teens or kids in the age group of 12 to 21 that are being trapped and enticed into joining gangs. And according to her, once they're in the gang, there's no turning back, and that there should be an effort, and there is an effort within the community already to help serve these youth, to help catch them at this stage before they enter go that direction. So
this is Jameson with Mission Possible. We just spoke to the owner of El Metate restaurant here at 22nd and Bryant Street. He gave us an answer that we think is actually pretty surprising and actually very practical. He said add more lights and also add some cameras around. This would help out people's feeling of safety in the neighborhood.
Keeping the kids off the streets. There's a lot of gang activity, and if you can just keep them engaged. And one of the things that was mentioned was more music. Have music in the evenings for them to come and sit down and listen, and that'll help keep them off the street. And in general, just programs for kids 8 to 18 was also cited as another need.